Hello, welcome. My name is Bob Gaines. I handle big data analytics and artificial intelligence for IBM North America. My role? Accelerate your quantitative workflows, leveraging a software-defined information. Why? Because you're drowning in data. We have too much data from too many sites, which is great. It's gold. But how do you mine it? That's the problem. And it's only going to get worse. The advent of 5G is going to cause sensor data to explode, and the lower latency required by real-time data noted in the yellow line is going to be another thing to accelerate the need for real-time analytics. But how are we doing so far? Well, according to IC, not too great. Why? We spend too much time looking for data and prepping data than actually analyzing data. This is a study from the last 2 years comparing 2017 and 2019. We're paying a lot of money for data scientists, and they're actually doing less on analytics and more on data prep. That's an expensive janitor. Why? Because we can't find what we're looking for. It's pretty simple. Less than 50% of our data is actually tagged. If we did 75%, that could help. But the problem is we've only analyzed 21%. We've only leveraged 10% to run analytics against a cascading effect saying, hey, we've now done 1% of our data to help train our models. How accurate could any model be if we're not using all the data available to us? Why is this so important? One, IBM leads this space, not just in technology and products, but in process and enabling customers to accelerate their process in an open architecture. Big data analytics and AI are workflows. I have data from lots of sources. I ingest them. I spend a lot of times cleaning it, looking for data to analyze it using various tools, everything from Hadoop to high performance computing to GPU grids and deep learning, because we want to identify patterns so that I can go directly from ingest to inference. It's an if-then statement. If the real-time event matches the pattern, execute X, period. The problem is if you look at this workflow, so much of our time we spend on the right-hand side. That's measured in milliseconds and nanoseconds. The left-hand side is measured in hours, days, weeks, and months. You need to address this as a whole. Big data AI is not just a compute problem. It's a data throughput problem. It's a data management problem. Let me give you an example. This is a typical hedge fund. They have a lot of data sources. Market data is one source of data. They have 70 to 100 coming in every day, all real time. They need to store that data. They need to prep it, create test sets, because they're looking for trading triggers that could possibly predict what happened with stock movement. They then test that using back testing. They then test with various variables using Monte Carlo simulations on GPUs to create a strategy. Do you know the average quant develops 2 to 3 strategies a year? What if we could triple that? Which we can. Now that goes into the real time. This is actually an AI model without calling it AI. What have I done? Ingest, organize, train to inference. The bottom part at the edge, at these like Carteret, New Jersey, is the inference, edge computing. I have profit and I have a loss. The business impact to the customer: created 3 times new strategies, reduced the standard deviation by 15%, reduced cost per simulation by 80%, and improved operational efficiency by 900. Why? I used larger sample size, ran more models in a smaller window. Pretty simple. I'm getting more done with less. Okay? By leveraging larger data sets, that also, and running more models, that improves the statistical degree of confidence. Another example, New York Teaching Hospital. God bless these frontline workers. They took a 900,000 MRI images, and they were looking for lesions that may or may not cause epilepsy and seizures. By doing that, they look for patterns. Now, a real-time patient comes in, they're able to match the patterns and probability and score it from 0 to 99. Now, the radiologist can spend more time on cases that need it and less time on ones that don't. Impact the hospital: reduce diagnostic time by 55%. Insurance companies give them a fixed standard reimbursement rate. So now I can do more with less. Reduce false positives by 21%, reduce false negatives by 43%. That's a risk mitigation strategy. So why do I say all this? Everybody says data is the new oil. I disagree. Oil is a raw resource. The refineries will turn it into the profitable byproducts. So data is the same way. AI is the refinery. So please join us to learn more about how we can help accelerate your quantitative workflows, whether you're in finance or hospitals or life sciences or even manufacturing. We're here to help. Please join us with Vicom by the end of this month. Thanks.